When I was in grade 6, I got into a fight with one of my fellow classmates. We were sitting together for lunch, and he accused me of hitting his glass and spilling his milk onto the table. Then he proceeded to order me to clean it up. I told him that I didn't hit his glass or spill his milk, and therefore he could clean it up himself. Well, he dipped his fingers into his milk, and then he flicked that milk in my face. I jumped up, I grabbed the bottom of his chair, and I tossed him and his chair over backwards. We both stood up, and we were going to fight, and that's when our teacher, Mr. Reimke, walked in. We followed him back to our classroom, and he ordered us to sit down and not move until he came back. Now, let me be clear. What I had in my heart was anger, and in my anger, I was still ready for a fight. And it didn't help that I thought I was going to be punished for a fight that I thought I hadn't started. When Mr. Reimke returned, I had no idea what the punishment would be, but I was certain that there was going to be a punishment. But Mr. Reimke, well, he had other plans. He walked in and he said, "Boys, I have a problem." And I thought to myself, yeah, you're not the only one. He said, "I have here 2 flavors of ice cream, and I need somebody to eat them. Which one would you like?" My jaw dropped. I looked at my enemy looked at me, and we were so confused, we actually started offering each other the first choice of the ice cream. And true to his word, we 2 boys got to eat the ice cream. I can't think of a better example of wisdom, mercy, and grace than what I experienced that day. You see, if you had searched my heart in that moment, you would have found anger and war. I was out to get even. I wanted an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, even if I had to knock it out myself. And that's what you would have found in my heart that day. What did I deserve? I deserved punishment. But what I received was not a reward for my sin. It was mercy and grace that exposed my sin and at the same time saved me from continuing in it. God's grace is not about excusing sin or overlooking it or rewarding it. It's about exposing our sin for what it is so that when we experience mercy, it moves us so much, it changes us. Mr. Reimke didn't give us what we deserved. He gave us what we needed. And on that day, the person who started out as my enemy eventually became one of my best friends. David turns to God and he cries out, "Oh God, search me and cleanse me." And how did God cleanse David? Not by giving him what he deserved, but by giving him what he needed. A mercy that is so big, it even reaches heaven itself. Well, that was our Sabbath School nugget for today. Please have a look at your lesson, and I'll see you tomorrow.